Hey guys, what's up? MJ DeMarco, author of The Millionaire Fast Lane. And once again, it is a great time of year to give yourself the opportunity to ask yourself, are you an action taker or an action faker? Now, if you read any motivational book worth its salt, you're probably going to find a chapter in there on, quote, taking action. Taking action is the key to success. You must take action if you want to be successful and live a life of dreams and yeah. See, this once again is another one of those, what I call guru speaks or feel-good platitudes that accomplishes absolutely nothing. And it does that because it is missing the most key ingredient that is required that makes a difference between actual action taking and action faking. So what's an action faker? An action faker is someone who actually does take action, but yet that action is not a part of a clearly defined plan, purpose, or process. The action taker or the action faker is only taking action simply to make themselves feel good temporarily. It's mental masturbation. It's busy work that accomplishes absolutely nothing. It's an event that is designed to make the person think, you know, gee, I'm taking action. Things are going to change in my life. And what happens is absolutely nothing changes because they're action fakers and not action takers. So I'll give you a great example. It is December, which means in a couple weeks, we're going to have the new year here. And what happens on every new year? Well, if you belong to a gym, you know exactly what happens. Every year, my gym, come the first Monday after the new year, is going to be jam-packed full of action fakers. You see, the action faker says to themselves, gee, you know, I'm getting kind of chubby, I need to get in shape. Or I need to lose weight. I need to take better care of myself. So they make the action fake. And the action fake is joining a gym. The action fake is showing up once or twice and trying something and then going back to normal. That's the action fake. You see, the action faker quits. The action faker takes a solitary decision, a solitary action, does it, feels good for the moment, and then quits. That's the action fake. Now, the action taker who makes the New Year's resolution, goes to the gym, yeah, they're there 3 days later. They're there 3 weeks later. They're there 3 months later. And come the next year, they're still at the gym because their action taking is a part of a clearly defined plan, purpose, or process. And you know what happens then? They actually lose weight. They get in shape because the real action taking is about repeated, committed action that actually makes a difference. You see, if you want to make any kind of difference in your life, whether it's business, success, getting in shape, whatever, repeated action is the key to that. Not action, repeated action that defines the plan, purpose, or process. That is the only way you can induce change. I know we're being brainwashed to think that if I take action, my life's going to change. Well, that's part of the equation. You're missing the rest, and the rest is the rest of the action that must continually follow. On the Fast Lane forum, every single day, there's a guy that posts, oh, is this idea Fast Lane? I have this great idea, it's going to make millions. Yeah. It's all he does is talk. And all he does is talk about ideas that are absolutely worthless. And I finally said to the guy, listen, you need to take action. Quit talking about this shit. And his response to that was, you're right. I'm going to take action tomorrow. And it just made no sense to me. You're going to take action tomorrow? Well, you know what? Guess what? Nothing's going to happen tomorrow. Because taking action tomorrow will change nothing. If you want to change something, you must take action tomorrow. You must take action the next day. You must take action the next week. You must take action the next month. You must take action the next year. You see, it's the process that induces real change, not taking action. It's the process that induces the change. Another great example of action faking. How many people do you know want to start businesses and they get this great idea, and what's the first thing they do? They run out and they get business cards. That's right, the business card with a nice paper, nice photo on the cover. Maybe the guy's on there with a suit, you know, he's got his arms crossed. And it says the CEO of Joe Blow Enterprises. And yet, he's the CEO really of nothing. His company has no product, no customers, no revenue, no profit, and yet he has this awesome business card that says CEO of something. That's an action fake. You know what? Worry about the business cards after you have customers. Worry about the business cards after you have profit. I don't even have a business card. I know friends of mine don't even have business cards. But you know what they got? They got successful businesses. Quit action faking and start action taking. So to wrap this up, the next time you're falling into a guru trap and someone says, "Oh, take action," are you really taking action in a clearly defined process, or are you taking action just to temporarily make yourself feel good? A great analogy I like to use is when you put on your shoes, that's an action fake. When you walk across the desert to an intended target or destination, that's the action take. Your shoes is the action fake. The long walk across the desert is the action take. So become an action taker. Stay away from action faking. And that concludes this. It is a couple weeks to the new year, so hopefully you have a fantastic new year loaded with action taking and not action faking, and have a fantastic day.